evening, viewers. Welcome to the Gist with Laurel. Hope you all are doing great. Happy weekend. Hope you had an amazing week. I did too. How's it been? And I really want to apologize for yesterday because we were supposed to have our show yesterday, but I'm sorry we couldn't due to circumstances beyond our control. Hope you understand. But I'm glad you guys are here tonight. So I'll be inviting our guests shortly. Today is Share Experience Day, and we'll have a wonderful celebrating guest, David Wilson. So we're inviting our guests shortly, and we can kick it off. Let's share some experience with him.
To go to the shrine, probably for ladies that we've seen it. So they signed up to command.
Hello.
Oh, hola, good evening.
I have to come here before Laura.
Oh, okay.
Before Laura fights me.
Laurel.
Thank you, Laura.
How you doing today? How's your weekend?
My weekend was very, very long. I had a long weekend. I just got back from the mainland. I had 2 events, one to host and one to attend.
Oh, but wait, in spite of all of this, you're actually not looking bad, though, honestly. Like, in spite of all this, the way you sounded like you're stressed, you're not looking bad, though.
I even lost my voice today, as you can hear. I said, let me not tell.
I think I noticed that part. You actually look really great. So give us this now. What do you do to look awesome like this? So that let me see if I'll steal some secret tips on how to look nice.
Let me sound like some people. My dear, it's God, though. It's God.
God? So I'm sorry, I'm supposed to just apply God and I'm looking this fresh.
No, it's just, I just stay on my lane. I just, like they say, I mind my business. And I drink plenty water. I also eat shawarma a lot.
Oh, yeah. Oh God, that's not good for me. I'm already jumping and if I teach out my lot, I'll probably bust. I can't be looking as also as you. I don't think it's gonna work for me.
You eat and work out now.
So how's it been? How's the hustle been? And how's everything?
Everything has been good. Finally getting used to Lagos and adapting to this very amazing and stressful city. So work has been good. I'm grateful to God for progress.
Okay. Yeah. So, Mr. David, you're a comedian, you're an entertainer, and all of that. So, I want to know why comedy? Like, why did you pick comedy? What was the drive behind comedy?
Okay,
why not maybe something else?
Let me borrow a leaf from one great entertainer. I've forgotten his name. He said, and I would paraphrase, I didn't choose comedy, or I didn't choose entertainment. Entertainment chose me. You know, when God calls you, like God called Moses to go save the Israelites, all he had to do was heed the call. So I grew up saying that I grew up finding myself funny, and I didn't even like the fact that I was making people laugh because people saw me as a clown, and to me I was just living my life. Then I grew up and I decided to be serious about it because I still see how people make money off playing football for fun, for instance. So I was like, okay, if the likes of then Ronaldinho, David Beckham, JJ Okocha, and the likes could make money off their passion, you know, when they pay you to do something you love doing on a normal day. So I was like, okay, let me just add some professionalism to it. So I went to Uniport and studied linguistics, just add some finesse to it. And we are here now. I was still making progress.
That's nice. Okay, so basically right now you're just a dancer and a comedian. Do you wish to explore the entertainment industry further? Like, probably have you seen yourself maybe venturing into acting or directing or...
Okay, so, you know, the worst thing that can happen to anyone, and that's my greatest challenge, is being multi-talented when you have more than one gift.
Yeah,
it's a challenge because you don't know what gift to harness per time. You get or like they say in Nigerian slang, you don't know which one will make you blow. So I try not to do too many things at the same time. It's very possible to be a jack of all trades and a master of all. That timing is very important. Like, for the time in my life when I carried dance on my head. I danced in church.
Yeah.
I danced and danced and danced. And there was a time when I tilted towards, I shifted from dancing and I started doing broadcasting. I did broadcasting for
Okay.
a few years. Then I now said, okay, let me build the brand David Wilson now. Because people, one thing about broadcasting, especially doing radio, is that they tend to hear your voice. You have an amazing voice, and nobody gets to know what you look like. And the flip side to it is, like they say, and I agree small. Not all presenters
Yeah.
look as amazing as their voices. So I was like, I find Sham, let me put myself out there. So I started doing my own shows in 2017. I started hosting events. That's when I now delved into emceeing. So I'm on that path currently. So I moved from
Yeah.
dancing to doing radio. I've gone back to radio partially. Then I'm an MC. About acting and directing, of course, I act too, but not professionally for now. So I'll delve into
Okay.
that eventually. But for now, let me just focus on being a host and a and an MC that's not so well, like a comedian also.
That's actually really beautiful. So I've
Thank you.
seen you lots of times on stage. I've seen you, and trust me, you're always really amazing when you're on stage. Like you literally
Really?
own the stage. Yes,
Wow. Really?
you
Oh my
literally own
God.
the stage. And I'm like,
Thank
okay,
you.
how do you do? Like your confidence and everything is something I wish I actually had because I have stage fright actually. So, but I want to know what was it like your first time on stage? How did it really feel? Like, were you that confident? Like, do you have seen? Because I know I came across you when you've been on stage once or twice. But I know that the
Yeah.
first time is not really funny. So, what was it like for you the first time on stage?
Well, first time on stage, I used what most people, I used my, would I say flaw? I used other people's disbelief to fuel myself, right? Because I was
Yeah,
very funny and very playful. So I also did not believe that I would make a good MC. So I had mentors who did not believe. At some point, it was funny because I was so good a dancer, my pastor was scared of losing me as a dancer. So
yeah,
when I started hosting events, the first time I was on stage, my pastor was just looking at me like this. You get? Then after hosting an event in church, he told me, don't do comedy, don't do MCing, stick to dancing. And I understood his concern that it's my dream, it's my passion, it's my gift. So I had to keep pushing. But the first time on stage wasn't really funny. It wasn't really funny, but
and you
I
can
was excited. I was excited. The expo to it or the hack to it is if you are passionate about it, you mustn't necessarily get it the first time, right? You
yeah,
mustn't
okay.
necessarily get it the first time. There's nobody that is good at what they do that started doing it the first time and they got it. I don't know if you've read this Julius Agro's book, Jokes Apart. There's something he said.
I don't think
He said if
I probably check
okay,
on it.
he said if you do something, one particular thing for 10,000 hours, you become a pro at it, right? If I accumulate all the times I've been on stage, you realize that I've been on stage for 10,000 hours put together.
Yeah,
Yes, but the first minute on stage or the first second would not or was not like the third time or the fourth time.
you're really right.
You get so it just comes naturally, provided you're passionate about it, provided you're not switching lanes because it's what everybody is doing. You get provided you're not
Yeah,
selling bags because everyone is selling bags, or you're selling wigs because everyone is selling wigs. There's a difference. When you're passionate about it, it comes naturally. When you are down, like let me use football for instance. I'm a Manchester United fan. Yesterday we lost our game to Aston Villa, and we had an opportunity to equalize at the 93rd minute. Bruno Fernandes has been known to take all our penalties, but yesterday it was very vital,
yeah,
and he missed the penalty. So everybody was on his neck and everything, but of course he scored other penalties. That one miss would not make him retire from playing football.
yeah,
You
true.
get so first time wasn't funny, second time wasn't that bad, but I kept pushing, and now if you want me to host
So
the
at
event, you
what
have to
point
play
did you
very
like
well.
okay, you really relaxed and like you're already on the stage, like you were like when you are one with something. Because right now, like, the way I see it, you're already one with stage. Like you're one with
Yeah.
stage wherever you are. Even if they call you now, wake you up from sleep and like David, come and perform. You don't even think about it first. You just grab the mic and you do your thing. So at what point did you realize you already won with the stage?
I think it comes
Was
with
it like your third
consistency.
time or your fourth time?
I wasn't really putting tabs to it, right? I wasn't really,
Okay.
because for me, every time I do it, I do it like it's my first time with the same passion and zeal, so I don't get carried away.
Oh,
You get, and I try to stay as humble as possible. Then I also try to connect with the audience, because the truth is, what most MCs fail to understand is your exposure, your experience, your level of professionalism is not only what counts. The energy from the crowd, from the audience, also helps you.
yeah.
Because no matter how good you are and you go on stage, even if you've done it 1,000 times and you go on stage and everybody is frowning at you like this, you will surely struggle.
True.
You get, so you have to
True.
try as much as possible to help to make sure you get enough fuel, enough ginger from the audience. So I can't really say when, but I could say with consistency and passion. And the passion keeps growing from level to level. It keeps growing, and here we are, and we are still growing because we never
Doing
hit our
better.
final bus stop. I'm looking forward to hosting events outside this country, both big comedy shows and also my own shows and awards night. So it's just what it is. So keep pushing.
That's beautiful, actually. Mommy, I can't
Thank
wait
you.
for your next event. Okay, so I've noticed you perform like in most events, actually. Like I can't even keep tabs. Oh my God, even keep tabs. So, but I want to know because I know that usually while growing, the process is not funny, but we've always been taught to trust the process. But sometimes it
Yeah.
gets really frustrating, really
Yeah.
really frustrating. So, have you ever been rejected to perform on a stage before? Have
Have
you
I ever
ever
what?
like you really want to perform? You know, like at the beginning, obviously, there are some people who be like, "Oh, you're not worthy to be on that stage." So, have you ever been rejected to perform on a stage before?
Okay, so I try to stay as creative as possible, right? I try to be different. So I did not necessarily grow like every other person. No disrespect, but
Okay.
if everybody is going right, of course, I want to know what is happening left. It's not because they are doing wrong, but I want to know why people are avoiding that left part. So what I did was I offered myself as a living sacrifice. I started hosting events for free in Port Harcourt for 1 year. And you know,
Okay.
people love free things. They're not paying you, so they don't have doubts.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, so
Very true.
I started hosting events for free, and of course, nobody rejects free because I was on radio then, so I had some level of clout around me. That's kind of popular then,
Okay.
so that's how I got into the business. Then rejection. Well, when I was on dreadlocks, my look was the only thing that made people reject me until they got to experience or meet David Wilson. So that was the only rejection, but
Okay.
nobody really said, I've never heard, maybe behind me, I've never heard anybody say, David is too small for this stage or David cannot do the job. The only rejection I
Yeah.
have is, this one that think he's carrying that, can he deliver? All this you get. That's just it. And a couple of times I proved them wrong without even trying to prove them wrong. There's one particular wedding
Okay.
I did in Port Harcourt that they didn't pay well. You know, when they don't pay you well in this business, the people who pay less are the people who stress you out the more. The people who
Wow.
pay more don't really stress you out. They know that for them to pay you that amount, you know your job. You know, big men, they're like, oh, please, are you all right? But when they beg you and beg you and beg you and they pay you, once you agree, some people, they start stressing you out, giving you orders like that the ones that died for you on the cross of Calvary. So that particular wedding, I felt like, okay, let me just wear my woko. You know that thing Good Luck Jonathan always wears, that Ijo attire. So I
True.
wore that, and when I got there, I realized that with my dreadlocks, I realized that the groom's family were Ijo people, and virtually everybody from his family dressed like I did. So there was that connection already. So when I started hosting the event, they rejected me at first because they saw my look and the class of people. I saw the rejection in their eyes. Like, who is this one? Well, he's properly dressed, so let's hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
At the end of the wedding, the father of the groom called me and said, young man, you did a very good job. I like you, but why this hair? You understand? Yeah, so it's just what it's the stereotype we face in this country because we have people who are not responsible that are on low cut, and we have people who are responsible and have funny hairstyles. But it's stereotype. So that's just it, basically.
Well, okay, so speaking of your dress, I kind of miss that dress. Sha. Was that the reason why you actually had to put it there? I shall miss the dress, I'm not like.
Yeah, for me, change is constant. There's no look I have that I planned. I don't sit down to plan my look. It's not that serious. It just happened. So when I got tired after 6 years and a few months, I just decided to take it down. Lagos stress, the traffic and everything, man, I just got tired. I just decided to take it down and I'm happy I took it down.
Still don't look bad anyways. Okay, so I know you recently completed you just finished your show in Lagos, and that was your very first show in Lagos,
Yeah.
just born. So I want to know, how did you feel then, like from the show, like from the preparation to the day of the show to finishing the show, and that was the very first show in Lagos, like in a very new city where you're yet to conquer. Because I know in Port Harcourt, like it's you like you literally own the city. So how did you feel when you completed your show? When you hosted your show for the very first time in Lagos? What was it like? Did you feel disappointed? Like, oh, why did I even try it? Why would I like that kind of feeling where it didn't come out as planned or as you expected? Like, did you regret even doing the show, or did you feel like, okay, I'm in the right place or I'm in the right path? So I was like,
Okay. I don't do regrets, only lessons, right? So I like trying new things out. I like being spontaneous. I like
yeah,
staying creative. So I really enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the process. It was stressful since it was a new city, like you said. In Port Harcourt, I have a team of amazing guys I work with, right? But in
okay,
Lagos, it was my friend BK and Joey that literally helped me out because I didn't know anywhere. The first challenge, how to get a venue. I don't know anywhere in Lagos. So I was on BK's neck all the time, and he helped me get the venue. And I prepared, and I enjoyed. The feedback was crazy. The response was crazy. Like it felt like they were expecting my show in Lagos. The first
yeah,
show, people came all the way from the mainland to attend, and I was like, they came all the way from the mainland to attend my show. So it was a good one. There were one or two hiccups, but overall, it was a very good experience, and I've, I have that under my belt that I've done a show in Lagos.
okay. Okay, that's actually beautiful. So, David, I'm known to be a very spiritual person, and that's one part of you I actually really love. I know probably I've never said this to you before, but that's the part of you I love so much. I like the fact that in spite of being in the entertainment world, which can be really crazy, like really, really crazy, you're still very spiritual. Like you love God so dearly. So how do you manage your spiritual life? How do you take care of yourself spiritually?
Okay, so
Managing it with you. What?
I grew up in a Christian home, like Papa, Mama Christian, and they were literally dragging me to church every time. So I decided to stay
Yeah.
grounded, and life is also spiritual, whether we like it or not. We can't afford to live life like we brought ourselves here or we own our lives. It's not possible. So considering my foundation, my background, and everything, I told myself I'll stay grounded. I slip up once in a while, but I told myself I will stay grounded. Grounded. Everything I have. For instance, how I got to Lagos, 2019
Yeah.
December, I was hosting events in Port Harcourt. No idea I would move to Lagos. No plans or nothing. And 2020, on my birthday, I got a car. I got a house in Lagos, my own a rented apartment though. I got a job. So the people who all their lives they've been planning moving to Lagos and it did not work, right? And God just did it for me. So it's obvious, it's glaring that life is spiritual. And if you have to stick to what works for you, for me, God works for me every time. I'll die being different. I'm not here to please anybody. I'm not here to blow overnight. I'm not here to follow the
Yeah.
bandwagon. Of course, you could follow trends once in a while if they appeal to you. But anything that is outside my moral compass, I would not do it. I'm not a
Yeah.
religious person. Like some people still do not believe, David, you. Forget, just they post all those things. I don't really care. But deep down in my heart, I know that God brought me this far, and I have to stick with Him till the latter.
Okay, that's really beautiful. All right. So currently, are you in a relationship or are you single?
It depends on how you
So
see
let's
it.
go. I'm asking for 3 million out there. And
Well,
then so that I can start applying.
no, it depends
Hmm?
on how you see it. To answer that question, you have to talk to my management.
You say what now?
So you have to talk to my management to get the answer to that question.
I'm asking for the single girl so that I can start applying.
Well,
So has your relationship ever gotten in the way of your hustle, like your business? For like, has it ever probably cost, has your line of work or your business as a comedian, has it ever come like in between you and your relationship, you and your girlfriend before? Has it ever
yes,
cost you your relationship before?
yes, it has. Yes, it has. And
Wow.
I don't, like I said, I don't do regrets. Oh, it hurts at the moment, but I just have to move on because for me, purpose is key. If I don't align with your purpose and you don't align with mine, eventually we just try. The
Yeah.
feelings will die off, the butterflies will die, and everything. Reality will stare both of us in the face that this thing no go work. You get, because I'm not. I don't like being selfish. You have to. I have to meet you halfway. You have to meet me halfway. Talking about making
Yeah.
sacrifices. So I can't afford to for, forget about what God made me to do because I want a relationship to work.
Yeah.
That it's supposed to be the other way. The relationship is supposed to help me fulfill purpose, as I help you fulfill your purpose as well. But if he wants to come in the way, like you said, you want to stop me from. It feels like my relationship is stopping me from making progress in life. It has to go. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So it has,
So in
in
this
fact. Yeah.
industry,
What?
I'm really sorry about that. Like, I knew it can be really crazy. Like, having to choose between your passion or your career and someone you really, really care about. That's like the worst place to be in.
It's
I
not
think
really
so.
because it's not because if you know where you're headed, you won't allow anything, not even love, stop you from going there. So it's very easy to choose. The one that is worse, the one that is not easy is when somebody who is not meant for you is pretending to be there for you, to play along, and they're not part of your
Yeah.
plan. Then you get to the point where you realize that this person was not meant to be with me, but they were playing along all this while. I think that's the worst place to be in. It's not when you know that this person is always. I have an event. You're leaving me in the house. Who will stay with me? And you know that I'm going to make money for the family, right? The client is calling me. You know, I take all my calls in front of you, and you're saying, "Who is this person? Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
When are you coming back?" Every time, I'll just switch off. That's how I am. I'll just be quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Wilson, who would you say is your icon in the industry or your mentor, someone who you look up to, someone who actually inspires you? Like, probably the person's way of doing stuff, Charlie, as a comedian, inspires you. Who would you say is your mentor in the industry?
Okay, I'll say all round, globally, Nigeria and abroad. First, I love. I don't know if you know him, Dave Chappelle. I love Dave Chappelle. He's very intelligent, very controversial, very dogged. He's not scared of saying the truth. Other people are scared of saying. When we know something that nobody wants to say, nobody wants to get into trouble. He wants to get into trouble. So I
Yeah.
love Dave. I love and connect with Dave Chappelle. My mentor, the first person that showed me the ropes in the industry in Nigeria is Dan the Humorous. Then
Yeah.
I love Basket Mouse. I love Basket Mouse. Then to an extent, I love Akpoloro's crazy. I love his madness.
Right?
So Dave Chappelle, Dan the Humorous, Basket Mouse, Akpoloro. Then my big brother and cousin Timmy Dakolo. Most times the mistakes we make is we focus on people that are doing well in our line of work only. That somebody outside can also inspire you. For instance, lately, this guy, this Neo of Metrics, Keanu Reeves, has started inspiring me. I love his lifestyle off camera. He lives a very simple lifestyle, and he's an actor.
No, that's
Yeah, so just these few guys. Did Alibaba also? Alibaba, I love
no,
his
that's
heart.
fine.
Yeah, I love how big his heart is. I love how he wants to see everybody succeed, even when he knows that this person does not have sense. They'll still bring you close and try to help you. So these are the few guys that really inspire me.
That's really nice. Okay, so I know that sometimes, there could be lots of bad energies from fans outside, like being in the spotlight most of the time. Because I know you've come so far, and sometimes there could be really negative energies from outside that could be really annoying. So I want to know, how do you deal with that kind of energy? Like when it comes around you, probably from fans or from friends, how do you deal with that generally?
Well, most people would not believe it, but I'm a very quiet person. I enjoy my company a lot. So if for some reason we connect and I allow you into my space, for me it's a big deal. True. Then if you start giving me bad energy, I just go back to my default setting. We know the fight, no quarrel. You get, normally I like being quiet, I like being on my own. Then we meet and we connect, and I realize that this person is cool. This person can be in my space and I can be in their space. Along the line, and now realize that well, it's not working. I'll just go back to my default setting. No quarrel. Then I'm still not used to the idea of fun, because I try to stay as grounded as possible. Because for public figures, when you now get used to the idea of fans, and sometimes you get carried away, you lose focus. You get. I just see them as distant relatives. You know, all those relatives that come to the house whenever there's a burial or there's a wedding reception. That's how I see fans, like people that were related to them before. Do you understand? People that were related that I've not met them before. That's how I see fans.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually beautiful. All right. So let's go back to your beautiful days where you were in ultimate love. I want to know, like, was it difficult for you to settle in, like being in the midst of total strangers and you guys are going to be in a confined space for a while? Like, was it really difficult for you to settle in at that point? Like, what was the time? Remember the time where you felt like, okay, should I have even come to this thing in the first place? Like, were there times like that?
Yeah, there were times like that because, like I said in previous, answering the previous question, I could be very introverted, right? So I also love meeting people. I'm also open-minded. So when I meet people and they are cool, fine, we're cool. But when they start acting uncool, I just get tired. Like, why not maintain the same energy? If you want to be strict all the way. If you want to be cool all the way. Sometimes
Yeah.
you could just switch lanes and come back. But when you are not consistent with your personality, is a problem. So it wasn't an issue meeting strangers, because I meet strangers every day. But the challenge was staying with the same set of people in the same space when you don't share the same energy, especially when the energy around them is not totally positive. That was the issue,
Yeah.
because it was a love show, but there was not much love in the house. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, so that was just the only challenge. But I'm cool with everybody.
So I know, like, we have like bad times and good times. So what were like the loveliest moments while you were in the house? Were they like, what were the moments where you really, really love the fact that, okay, I'm here? Were those moments rather, like, was this time you guys were playing game or time probably you have to
We
go
were,
for someone, like, what?
I love making memories. I enjoyed virtually every process, every experience in life, right? But my favorite points were, one, those are Saturday night presentations, because I love learning about culture and everything. I love the assignments and the presentations. Then the Friday night parties, the X parties. I enjoyed I enjoyed those
Okay.
times. Yeah. Then basically, yeah, that's basically that. Then funnily, I enjoyed the eviction night, the soundtrack, and the
Wow,
tension
really?
that comes with it. Yes, because it reminded me of life. Whether we like it or not, we'll all die someday. So
True.
so I tried as much as possible to be happy, enjoy every moment. So if I'm checked out, at least I made memories, right? So at that moment, I enjoyed it. Of course, we're all tense, but I enjoyed it because looking back, I realized that, okay, I made the most of my stay in the house. So those are my top
Okay.
three moments. Yeah.
That's actually beautiful. So let me ask you a very crazy question right now. David Wilson, what if a girl randomly calls it, or let me put it this way. What if you find yourself in the baby papa situation right now? What would you do?
She'll go and look for the father.
You say what?
She'll go and look for the father of her baby now. It's that simple.
Okay, so you really can be the father of a baby.
Like where did we have the sex that I was not aware of?
Oh my god. Okay, all right. All right, so I know we're really growing, and I like the speed at which you're growing. So, what would you say, like, are your? I know there are more to come, but what would you say is or are your greatest achievements at the moment? Like, what are you going to look back to and be like, okay, I'm glad I've really come this far.
Okay, the fact that God has helped me, not by my power, to I'm becoming a household name gradually, right? With
Yeah.
all due respect to other entertainers, especially comedians and MCs, I'd never wanted to add MC to my name. I've always wanted to use my name as my brand.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that God is helping me achieve that. When they hear David Wilson, they'll be like, now that I've got my, when I go out, people see me and they're like, this face. Like today, I went to get
Mm-hmm.
beans and plantain somewhere, and the lady came and she was with her husband. She was looking at me like I had my face mask on. And she was like, I know this face somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I just kept quiet. I didn't say anything. So the fact that I'm getting known and trying to use my exposure and my experience to help other people,
Yeah.
because it's never about me. It's never about what I've achieved or what I'm achieving or what I'll achieve, but how I'll use whatever I'm achieving or what I've achieved or will achieve to help other people. I'm about people. So
Yeah.
the lives I've impacted so far, that's my greatest achievement. It's not about the money or the fame, but the people that are better, whose lives are better because David Wilson decided to live a life of purpose.
Oh.
So that's my greatest achievement. When I see people, I encourage people, I tell them, if they say don't want to do this, I'm like, go ahead. I know people that have called and said, when there's Ultimate Love Edition, let me know. I say, of course. I'm never the kind of person that will say, you should not try it. Are you sure you want to? If you believe you can, try it. So that people
All right.
are my greatest achievements. Yes, it's not things, but people. The fact that people are growing because of me, I'm okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Like,
thank
that's
you.
so nice. I like that. I like the fact that you don't just want to grow alone and
Yeah,
you're going to achieve are seeing people grow. Oh, that's so
yeah.
sweet. Okay, but I want to ask, have you ever been heartbroken before?
Yes. So as we speak right now,
Jesus, who did that for you?
my heart is with my dry cleaner. I'm not using it again. No.
Who did that to you? Tell me I'm about to beat somebody. What's that? How can they do that to
Name,
you?
names withheld. No.
Name.
And
Oh
yes,
my God.
I'm like Saga.
Oh my God.
I'm like Saga.
What?
I'm like Saga
Oh,
also and Tony Umez combined.
combined. Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
actually really terrible.
No,
Like,
but the
okay,
thing
so
is,
how did you actually deal with that? Like, I know it's sometimes not funny. How did you deal with it?
the truth is, it always happened whenever I had an event coming up from 2018 to
Oh no,
2019. Yeah, so
no.
I just tend to focus on my events. I use the pain as my push.
Oh my God, just like channeling
Yeah,
all your energy and your power into something, right? Like if it's anger,
yes.
whatever it is. Oh
Just
my
the truth.
God.
The truth is the worst thing that can happen to any guy, and I know most guys out there would agree, is choosing to be different in a world where they see guys as being playboys and Casanovas. Then you meet ladies. Can you hear me? Like a call came in
I
on your
lost it there
end.
for a second. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I wonder who that is.
Okay. So I said the worst thing that can happen to any guy, I can't speak for ladies, is
Yeah.
choosing to be different and you're being treated like you are like every other guy. You get.
I know that.
Yeah, so that's the worst thing. And before I used to send, but now I don't send. If you give me that vibe, I'll just move. No time.
Oh wow.
You get.
But you know, it's not easy for most girls to actually believe that, oh, this guy is different because they feel like every young guy until you're married, every young guy is like a playboy or, like how to see, right?
Yes, like let me ask a question now. What's the sense in? I know people might come from me, but I don't really say. What's the sense in? Maybe a girl has a sugar daddy, right? As a married man, and you're dating a young guy, and you expect the guy to be faithful to you, and the guy is not cheating on you. He's just asking that you stop doing this thing. Of course, if you want someone that will pay your bills, and this guy does not have the money, no need to be in a relationship with the guy. But you want to have a
Yeah.
relationship, a faithful boyfriend, and you're dating a married man, and you're demanding loyalty and faithfulness from the guy. You get, and the guy is trying real hard, for
Oh,
instance, to stay loyal to you. But how do you think
yeah.
he'll live with that trauma? You understand that he
I
can't call you
understand. Like,
anytime. Some nights he can't call you because you're with your sponsor. So,
oh my God,
and
you
you
actually have
probably
to
are
put
even
it that
sponsoring the
way.
relationship with the funds. Let me use, yes. They're even sponsoring your current relationship with the money the guy is giving you, so your boyfriend cannot really talk. Then later, the
Okay,
guy
see, I've
tries and
never done
tries and
this
says that
song.
the guy tries and says that he cannot do it anymore, and he moves on. You now come online and say, "Guys, men has come. My God, I can't believe my boyfriend." You know, go talk through what do you do. You get it's a men has come.
Okay, so
Men are
I'm gonna do this
ungrateful.
song. Well, but come on. Hello, I'm right here.
I
Can you
know. I
see
don't know.
me?
No, but that it happens. So I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for everybody else. And you're not wondering. And
I
if
know,
just
I know,
imagine
I know.
the guy comes out to say it's a lie, yo. When we were dating, she had another. They just look at this guy. Oh, guy, you talk like woman. I beg, forget. So men don't really say what they go through. And me, I don't even want to say. I'll just keep quiet and move on. And it always gets better because with each experience, I go stronger. No
You're
hard feelings.
right. See, I
Yeah.
think we sound big girls most times like to have it all. I like I know for most girls, I don't know about every other person, but as funny as it may sound, we like to have it all. And that I think that's one of the biggest problems we have.
It's not.
We just want
No.
everything. Like we want
It's not.
loyalty, we want money at the same time. We want so if
It's
you
not.
cannot
It's not.
so if you one person cannot provide everything, they look for like an alternative just to make sure everything is in place. Sometimes it can be a
See.
bit selfish, I know.
No, it's selfish actually. They're not a bit selfish, I know. The truth is, it's not a problem wanting to have it all. God made women and men differently.
Yeah.
But you have to be disciplined. That's where discipline comes in. It's
Yeah,
just
I
like
agree
say
with you.
it's really dumb when guys and ladies say this. When guys say it's in our nature to cheat, or when ladies say a guy will always cheat, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Every man has that tendency to hunt, but your ability to curb it, to control it, it's what makes you a responsible man. Because if you say
Very true.
ladies were like that, we want to have it all, and a guy says, guys are like that, we want to chase every woman, we live in a chaotic society.
Very true. I agree with you.
So if you want to have it
Absolutely
all,
agree with
please,
you.
you cannot have it all because you cannot have a sugar daddy and have a loyal boyfriend. Or you cannot have a sugar mommy and want your girlfriend to wait until you make money from your sugar mommy, then marry her. How would they think for
Maria.
this country, sir? So let's
I
keep telling
honestly.
ourselves the truth. Mm.
Okay, so David Wilson, what would be your advice to the newbies who are coming to the show business, or let me say who are coming to the industry as comedians? So, what would be your advice to them?
Please, no, make sure you're passionate about. Make sure you're passionate. Make sure you're sure what you want and what you are doing. It's not enough for people to tell you you have this trait and you can do it. That's good, but are you sure you want to do it? Having it is good, but knowing what you want to do is entirely different. Sorry. Also, you have to be patient. We have a lot of young folks who their bloods are very hot. Their blood is hot. They want to have it now. Have it now. No, you have to be very, very patient. You have to be passionate. You have to be patient, and you have to prepare for the opportunity when it comes. Because you can't say you want something and you're not prepared for it when it comes. So be passionate, be patient. Sorry, and be prepared.
Thank
What
you.
happened? Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm joking on the fact that I've been laughing a lot tonight.
Sorry. Pardon my manners.
Thank you.
Mm-mm.
It's fine. Okay. Yeah, I think actually you're really right. Passion, very important. But yeah, most people who are actually into this business for the money. Do you think it's ideal?
Of course, everybody, the money will always come back. What do you do when the money is not coming? That's the question. We all have bills to pay. There was a time when nobody even knew, nobody even had time for, nobody even knew or cared who David Wilson was. But I didn't say, let me wait and go and look for one job or for a job in an oil company. Then when I start making money, when they start calling me to pay me, I'll resign and come back to entertainment. No, you have to keep keeping at it, whether they're paying you or not. You have to keep keeping at it until you get to that point where you are relevant. And even when you're relevant, you have to keep being relevant. You have to keep evolving. You have to keep being consistent. So that's just basically that. The money always comes back. The money is your
I think
number one
you
goal.
get to that point where you're ready. That's where the real work actually begins. What do you think?
Exactly. Exactly. So you have to keep pushing and keep being relevant. If not, you're old for house. And I feel I
Have
feel
you? Not be like,
I feel concerned and at the same time sorry when I hear people say this. I don't reach point where people suppose I suppose don't blow by now. You never suppose blow until you don't blow.
have you?
You
And it's
get
not like they feel like, okay, because they've been working so hard for a really
yeah,
long time, they are supposed to
yeah.
be at a certain place.
I understand, excuse me, I
So
understand your concern. Go ahead.
would you also agree that grace is actually really an important play when it comes to showbiz?
Of course, grace plays its role, but grace does not take away the place of work.
Okay?
Yeah, so there's grace.
Because
Grace just gives you that added advantage, but there has to be something for grace to add to.
because there are some people who actually give the excuse that okay, maybe when you see someone actually really working hard and the person is making progress and you're not putting in 100%, you're putting in like 70, and you expect to be at that place where the person who is putting 100
The,
is, and they give
the,
this laziest and be like, everybody's grace is not different. So meaning that that
the,
person wouldn't have gotten to that point is if not for grace, that person doesn't
the
really work
question is
hard. Does that even make sense?
the question is why are you looking at somebody else if the person is not your mentor? What's your business with the person's race? Who made you a linesman or a referee or an umpire? How do you know that the person is actually succeeding? Who created the yardstick? What made you feel like what made you feel like this person that has, for instance, 3 million followers is actually more successful than you that has 1,000 followers? You
Very
get,
true.
for
Some people
instance,
just act that way.
it's about impact. We look outside too much. That's why we don't value ourselves. We don't know what we have. You're not supposed to
Yeah.
live outside in, like they say. You live inside out. What do you have inside? What can you offer the world? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning and you meet people? How do you impact their lives? My friend in Port Harcourt, GSN, said something. Most people who have several likes on social media are not even liked offline.
Very true, actually. Very true.
So why would you put yourself under that kind of pressure? Well, of course, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but you can't live your life based on what you are seeing by comparing yourself to other people. And I'm not
Yeah,
going
people
to
actually
be,
do that a lot.
yeah, I'm not going to say be all self-righteous. I used to do that at some point growing up, right? You watch somebody on TV and you're like, I'm better than this person, no. It's not a bad thing to do, but it should spur you into working hard and not condemning them or blaming God for giving somebody else your platform. That's a dumb thing to do. So we just have to be very careful not to compare and lose focus. It's not necessary. Because there are people who
That's true.
started before me in Port Harcourt. They're still in Port Harcourt. I'm here. I don't know how to compare. And there are people
Which
who
is
are
actually, I think
and the people
Mhm.
who are in Lagos that are not doing as well as people who are in Kano State or Kaduna. It's not about buzz or hype or clout. It's about being relevant. It's about fulfilling purpose. Simple. Life is that simple. Mm. I have
Wow.
to go
I
before my
really,
voice
honestly,
goes.
yes, I was going to totally apologize because I've kept you
Yeah.
too long. You were supposed to be for 30 minutes. Trust me, I was listening to you, but I'm actually forgetting I'm supposed to be a 30-minute show. Just continue. So, It was really like, I don't know. I think right now with the way I'm feeling, I'm having lots of mixed feelings. I'm happy. I'm
Don't cry, don't
inspired.
cry,
Like
don't
I
cry.
don't know, just me.
I know I'm
I'm
anointed
trying. I
like
can
that.
see.
Don't cry. I'm anointed
I'm
like that. Don't cry.
okay.
Don't cry.
I can feel it. I totally agree. Okay, David Wilson, thank you so much. Like I really
Thank
don't know how
you.
to say thank you, but thank you so much for coming on the Juicy Laurel tonight. You've been an amazing guest. Like,
Thank
because I
you.
may not even qualify. I think I'm looking for a word that should. Like, I
Thank
don't
you.
know. But thank you.
I'm sorry
It
about
was really
yesterday.
lovely having you. Oh, it's beautiful. It's fine. I think maybe it wouldn't have been this perfect because right now I am really, really glad we had it today. Probably wouldn't have been this perfect because this is so perfect. Like, I can't even contain my own emotions. I'm sorry.
Don't cry,
I'm
don't
like
cry.
that.
Sorry. Sorry, sorry. Sorry.
Okay, so and to my lovely viewers, thank you so much for coming on the Juicy Laurel tonight. Thank you all. You've been amazing. Your likes, your comments. There is like just plenty crush, right? Because I'm trying not to read these messages, but
Thank God.
it
Thank God
seems.
the thing has jammed on my end. So I'm not seeing comments. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh my god. Okay, thank you so much. So I'm gonna call it a night.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and have an amazing night and a
Thank
beautiful
you.
week ahead. I think how do we even calculate this? Are we in the new week already, or we are at the end of the previous one? Because sometimes I'm really confused.
We're in a new week. Sunday begins the new week, but Monday begins the working week.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, clear now. So you see, we learn every day. So
Yeah.
have a wonderful week ahead, blissful
Thank
week,
you.
prosperous week. Touch lives because I've been touched tonight. So touch more lives, please. Like,
Thank you. I won't
do what
stop.
you do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And thank you all. I remain your humble host, Chris Laurel. Please join us every Saturday, 9 p.m., same time. We have amazing guests and we have wonderful things doing for you. So thank you all for coming tonight. And don't fail to like, comment, follow me on Instagram if you haven't followed me already, please. So you get more updates on our show every night. And the YouTube link is on my bio. Please check our videos on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and share and comment too. Thank you all. I remember your humble host, Chris Laurel. Good night. Signing out. I love you guys. Bye.